Hi, and welcome back. We're checking out more Sleep Token today. We're checking out the song Higher from the Sundowning album. The plan was to do every single song and make a video on them, but it was too much of an undertaking. That's why I haven't been posting, because I didn't know how to go about it. But I asked you in a post on YouTube to give me some suggestion of 3 songs that I could do from every album. And you were super helpful. So shout out to all you who actually gave me those suggestions. I really, really appreciate it. So we're going to listen to Higher today, and we're going to check out the lyrics at the same time. There's no music video to this song as far as I know, only a visualizer. And it's always fun to go into the lyrics of Sleep Token because it's so good. Consider subscribing and joining the Discord. Here we go. Higher by Sleep Token.
You say you won't begin again. Capitulate and let me in, 'cause I am a fire and you are dry as bone. You are taking your time, you are killing me slow, and I know we instigate, go back and forth, lacerate, 'cause you can remember only when you're alone. I am granting you more than the debt that I owe, 'cause I look for scarlet and you look for ultraviolet. We are exhausted by all this pretending we just can't resist the violence.
Okay, we'll stop it there a little bit. There's so much to unpack. There's some sort of confrontation, some sort of disagreement in some regard. And you say you won't begin again, capitulate and let me in, because I am fire and you are dry as bone. So there is a difference here. Like, they're not on the same wavelength, different vibes. And he wants something that he's not getting. You are taking your time, killing me slow. We instigate, go back and forth, lacerate. So, when you get to that point, lacerate. Not necessarily, it doesn't strike me as something that they're actually doing, like someone's getting a physical laceration here, but more of a symbolic way of thinking about it. Like, we're hurting each other over whatever we are discussing or debating, or whatever disagreement we're having. We're hurting each other. Because you can remember only when you're alone, I am granting you more than the debt that I owe. There's a mismatch in how much is given and taken between these two. So Vessel on one hand is giving something, and he's giving more than he should, more than he owes, and he's giving more than he should be getting back. So there is a unevenness to this relation, to the dynamic of this relation, to whoever he's talking about. And this is actually a really interesting sentence, because I look for scarlet and you look for ultraviolet. So I'm not sure what that means. Maybe if it was written in my own mother tongue, Norwegian, then I would maybe understand it. But I don't really know exactly what scarlet is, although I know what ultraviolet is. But I think the point here is perhaps that there is a contrast between them. So scarlet and ultraviolet is not good for each other. They don't work together. That's what I'm getting from it, at least. And we are exhausted by all this pretending. We just can't resist the violence. Like, that's all we're left with. We're left with this violence. It's not good. It's not an ideal thing for us to be in. But this is what our conflict, this is what our dynamic has turned us into, right? That's usually a little bit hard, if it's in an actual sort of, no matter what kind of relationship you got to someone. It seems like having a relationship where you resort to violence will often end up with you not recognizing yourself, because that's not who you are, but the opposite person of you that you have to deal with or be with is bringing that out. And the same thing goes back, you bring the worst out in the other person as well. Maybe. It's super interesting, super cool, very cool metaphors and ways of sort of talking about this. Really cool. All right, let's continue.
We are exhausted by all this pretending we just can't resist the violence. And you need the melody, I only need the silence.
Yeah, right. There's all of these contrasting
But each
attributes.
time we battle the blood and the fury saves us a little higher.
Oh, here we go.
All that you believe.
Before we head any further now, I just want to talk a little bit about the actual composition of the song, because as they do, they let the actual instrumentation ring out, so it creates sort of like the backdrop for the story, and it's been easy to follow all the way through. Like, it's easy to focus more on the lyrics, but when they get into this bridge right here, it feels a lot more like the song and the actual chord progression changes in a way that is more, I don't know what to say, like disruptive in a sense. Like the actual change in the chord progression makes you feel more uneasy. Like there are more half notes, and not that really those clean notes that you can hear go very well together. It's more like gritty and more dark in a sense. The audio sounds, it takes you to a little bit of a darker place. Like it feels uneasy. That's the best way I can describe it. All right, let's continue.
All that you believe, you still refuse to shelter me, as I am a danger, and you're a long way from home. You are one among many, but you're now on your own, and I hate the way you look at me when I am not understood. 'Cause you can remember only when you're alone. I am granting you more than the debt that I
Stop it a little bit again just to go through what we just heard here. Very, very interesting as well. The last two sentences here are a repetition of from the first verse. So it's obvious that whatever issues they're having are only getting worse. It's not getting any better, and they're being pulled further apart from each other, and they don't necessarily want anything to do with each other anymore. And the way that he says, I hate the way you look at me when I am not understood. Like, there is no compassion and there's no desire to understand either. Like, I'm not understanding what you're saying, and I have no interest in it because, there are too many other things that doesn't work here. So whatever you are saying that I don't understand, I have no desire to understand either. Maybe I'm confused about this, but that's what it seems like. Because you can remember only when you're alone, which is also a typical thing with people, that you're more like lenient to think about someone in a more favorable way once you're alone with the peace of your own mind. But as soon as you meet that person again, maybe a conflict sparks right away, and all of those things that you might see as redeemable qualities in your opposite person, and the person opposite from you just disappear. You forget to think about all of that. But you can think about it. You remember those good qualities when you're alone. But as soon as you are together, all of that disappears. And you're right back to the ugliness and the conflict. Cool. Really cool. All right, let's continue. Again, really cool. It's a repetition of what we heard before, and it goes perfectly with the actual instrumentation of the track as well. Because when you get to the chorus like this, everything gets bigger, and it's almost like summing up the issue that we're actually having here. And it's really cool, this last sentence. But each time we battle, the blood and the fury takes us a little higher. So I think that could be interpreted in different ways, because when something is taking you higher, it usually means a progression, like you're getting better. But it doesn't seem through the actual lyrics in the verse that they are getting any better in any conceivable way. Maybe higher even means like the relationship between these people are getting worse. So using the word higher is sort of like it's getting higher. The situation is getting more out of control, maybe. I don't know. You tell me. Okay, let's continue. We got about a minute left, so let's just ring out the rest of the song. Yes! Yes! This is why I missed Sleep Token so much. This is exactly the reason. When he's talking about here, the debt that I owe, and repeating that sentence from earlier in the song that he has paid back more than what he owes. So he should be receiving something back, but he doesn't feel like he's doing that. And it gets so intense with the build-up, and he just shouting louder and louder and louder and louder until it sort of culminates, and it gives you this wonderful metal sort of breakdown kind of vibe. And I want to commend the guitars, and I want to commend the drums and the mix as a whole, and how well balanced it is, and how impactful it feels when you get such an amount of the song just building up slowly, having this certain style, and then ending it with a culmination on the really heavy part. That works so incredibly well when you've spent so much time building that up. You get to that part and it just hits you. This is what we say in when we listen to metal, right? If something is nasty, it's good, right? If something is disgusting, it's good. And I think how the audio here feels nasty and disgusting, like this genty tone in the guitar over the heavy, heavy drums. The audio and the instrumentation is telling the story of this ugly relationship. Like it's not good, it's nasty, it's violent. We're hurting each other. We're not getting anywhere. And the only thing that we get out of actually talking and conversing and dealing with each other is more violence and more bad sides of us coming out and showing. Again, like I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed with how incredibly cool the whole composition of the song is, how well the instrumentation reflects the lyrics and the theme of the song and the subject, at least in terms of how I interpret this. And then it just makes it such a complete piece of art. And I love it. This was really, really cool. Oh, I'm so glad I did this again. Thank you for those suggestions. I really love that. I hope you liked it too. If you got a different kind of understanding of the lyrics or different interpretation, please let me know, because that is always interesting to read. Please take care of yourself. And don't treat each other like they're treating each other in this song. And treat yourself with kindness as well. All right? Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.